with all of this information that's coming out about Mark Sanchez, he's finally breaking his silence. He is finally coming forward and maybe giving us an idea of what happened from his perspective and how things are going to go moving forward. We're also going to find out and get into why he is being sued and how that happened so quickly. Yes, because the alleged victim in this case is now suing Mark Sanchez, and he might possibly be even suing Fox as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. So TMZ Sports says Mark Sanchez family breaks the silence after the stabbing. What happened? Mark Sanchez's family is breaking its silence for the first time since Saturday morning's stabbing incident, saying the former star quarterback continues to receive medical care while also thanking fans for their support. This has been a deeply distressing time for everyone involved. That's an understatement. Mark and our family are incredibly grateful for the concern, love, and support we've received over the past few days, Mark's brother Nick said in a statement to TMZ Sports. Wow, you can even see photos here, which is crazy. Mark remains under medical care for the serious injuries he sustained and is focused on his recovery as the legal process continues. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the first responders and medical staff. I didn't realize TMZ got a picture of this. This picture is wild. See him laying there holding the stomach. Jeez. Of course, Sanchez was arrested Saturday afternoon while he lay in an Indianapolis hospital bed where he was being treated for stab wounds to his upper torso. After authorities say he was the aggressor in an altercation with the nearly 70-year-old truck driver just hours later. The former first-round draft pick is facing 4 charges, including felony battery, as we just went over, for his alleged role in the incident, as well as a lawsuit filed Monday morning. You guys are probably thinking, this man filed a lawsuit already? Yes, we're going to get into it. And speaking of, there's already a lawsuit going against Fox and against Mark Sanchez. Check this out. We've got the plaintiff. We know his name officially. PT, his name is Perry Toll. And shout out to Amy for posting this on X. If you guys don't follow Amy on X and you want the latest up-to-date news, make sure you go follow her at IAMYLEIGH on X. You can find the link in the description. That's at IAmyLee on X. All right. She posted this for us. She says, Perry Toll, PT versus Mark Sanchez and Fox. Why is Fox mentioned in this? Is it maybe because of what I said when we first talked about this? Maybe Mark Sanchez shouldn't have been out drinking. Was he working? He was on a work trip. I don't know. We'll get into it. The defendant. You are hereby notified that you have been sued by the person named as the plaintiff and in the court indicated above. The nature of the suit against you is stated in the complaint, which is attached to the summons. It also states that the relief sought or the demand made against you by the plaintiff. An answer or other appropriate response in writing to the complaint must be filed either by you or your attorney within 20 days. Dang, they only have 20 days? Commencing the day after you receive the summons, or 23 days if this summons was received by mail. You got 30 days. You get 30 days in Georgia. Or a judgment by default may be rendered against you for the relief demanded by the plaintiff. If you have a claim for relief against the plaintiff arising from the same transaction or occurrence, you must assert that in your written answer. And this was just filed yesterday afternoon. And we're going to find out what PT, or Perry, as we can call him now, is asking for. And you see all the other information here, when it was filed, who it was signed by. You can see Perry's attorneys here as well. We're not going to get into that too much, but I know you guys want to see the documents because we're all about the receipts and the facts here. So check this out. What is Perry saying? Perry Toll versus Mark Sanchez and the Fox Corporation. This is the official complaint. Again, Amy got this to us because she's absolutely amazing. The complaint for damages and jury trial demand comes now the plaintiff, Perry Toll, by counsel Eric J. May. That's a great name. Of Gladico. That's a crazy name. All right, we're going to say GNDPC, and for his complaint for damages and jury trial demanding against the defendants Mark Sanchez and the Fox Corporation, and states as follows. The jurisdiction. This court has jurisdiction over this matter pursuant to the laws of the state of Indiana as the events giving rise to this complaint occurred in Indianapolis, Marion County, Indiana. The parties, obviously we know. The plaintiff, Perry Toll, is an individual residing in the state of Indiana who was the victim of the actions described herein. The defendant, Mark Sanchez, hereinafter referred to as Sanchez, hey, yo. Come on, man, they didn't have to do that, is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in the state of California and was involved in the incident described herein. Defendant, the Fox Corporation, is a foreign corporation that, upon information and belief, is incorporated in the state of Delaware and is the employer of defendant Sanchez. All right, factual allegations. The defendant Sanchez is an employee of the defendant Fox Corporation. Defendant Sanchez traveled to the state of Indiana as a part of the employment duties of the defendant or for the defendant Fox Corporation and the television broadcast of the NFL football game involving the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Sorry, J Money. At all times relevant, plaintiff Perry Toll was performing his duties as an employee of a company specializing in commercial cooking oil recycling and disposal at the loading dock area of the Westin Hotel when he was approached by defendant Mark Sanchez. Defendant Sanchez, appearing intoxicated, instigated an altercation with the plaintiff Perry Toll, claiming that the plaintiff Perry Toll could not be at the location and that the defendant Sanchez had spoken to the hotel manager. During the interaction, defendant Sanchez attempted to enter and later entered the plaintiff Perry Toll's work truck without permission and blocked the plaintiff Perry Toll from accessing his phone to contact the manager. The situation escalated when defendant Sanchez physically blocked and shoved plaintiff Perry Toll, leading the plaintiff Perry Toll to use pepper spray in self-defense. Again, very, very reasonable, right, guys? I think you would all agree this is reasonable. Despite the use of pepper spray, the defendant Sanchez continued to advance towards the plaintiff Perry Toll, resulting in a physical altercation, which resulted in the plaintiff Perry Toll suffering significant injuries on his head, jaw, and neck. And he also stabbed up Mark Sanchez, but we're going to leave that out. We'll talk about that later. On October 4th, 2025, at approximately 12:35 a.m., officers from the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department were dispatched to that address. Upon arrival, the officers found the plaintiff Perry Toll bleeding profusely and severely injured. I wonder if he cut himself when he tried to stab Mark Sanchez, or Mark Sanchez got some hits in. I don't know what happened here. Defendant Sanchez was subsequently arrested for battery, unlawful entry to a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. All right, here are the claims. Assault/battery. This is why he's being sued, because he assaulted and battered this man, allegedly. Defendant Sanchez's actions constitute malice, willful, and wanton or grossly negligent conduct. As a direct and approximate result of the defendant Sanchez's actions, plaintiff Perry Toll suffered severe permanent disfigurement, loss of function, other physical injuries, emotional distress, and other damages. Oh, man. Count 2, negligent hiring, retention, and supervision. He's mad at Fox for hiring this guy? Oh, my gosh. Plaintiff Perry Toll incorporates by reference the allegations contained in paragraphs 1 through paragraphs 18 as if full set forth herein. Defendant Fox Corporation owned a duty of care to the plaintiff Perry Toll to ensure that its employees conducted themselves in a reasonable manner. That's interesting. Defendant Fox Corporation knew or should have known about the defendant Sanchez's unfitness as an employee, propensity for drinking, and or harmful conduct. Y'all still think Mark Sanchez might keep his job? Are you guys that are on the fence about Mark Sanchez not getting fired? Do you still feel that way now? Because now PT is saying, hey, Fox, y'all should have never even hired this guy. And if you're going to hire him, if he has a propensity to participate in this type of behavior, you should have had a babysitter there You should have given him instruction. Hey, Mark, you're going to be on TV the next day. Try not to get roasted, okay? What? Just take it easy. Something. So now they're getting sued. Perry's going to be taken care of probably for the rest of his life. Despite the knowledge or the availability of this knowledge, defendant Fox Corporation hired defendant Mark Sanchez as an employee, retained defendant Sanchez as an employee, and or failed to supervise defendant Mark Sanchez in his capacity as an employee of the defendant Fox Corporation. Defendant Fox Corporation breached its duty of care, plaintiff Perry told, as set forth above. As direct and proximate result of the defendant Fox Corporation's negligent hiring, retention, and or failure to supervise its employee, defendant Sanchez, plaintiff Perry told, suffered severe permanent disfiguration, loss of function, other physical injuries, emotional distress, and other damages. Wherefore, plaintiff Perry told by counsel respectfully requests that this court enter a judgment in favor and against the defendant Sanchez and Fox Corporation and award the following relief. Compensatory damages in the amount to be determined at trial. Oh, that's not a good sign. They're not even asking for a number. Punitive damages in the amount to be determined at trial, costs and expenses of this action, including reasonable attorney's fees, any other relief that the court deems just and proper. If you guys were excited or interested to see this civil trial go down, it's not going to happen. This is going to get settled. This is absolutely 1000% going to get settled. As a Fox Corporation, as Mark Sanchez, you don't put your hands on this man. Allegedly, get in an altercation with this man, allegedly, get stabbed up, get arrested, and not have to settle this lawsuit. Again, you guys know I'm not an attorney, but we can use some common sense here. Just looking at it from a common sense standpoint, I can guarantee you this is probably going to get settled by the end of the month. More information is going to come out. Fox is going to do their own investigation. They're going to say, Mr. Toll, we looked at the data and you're probably not going to be around that much longer anyway. So what would you like? Or Mark Sanchez is going to have to take care of it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments in the chat.